Welcome to the Practical Growth Podcast. I'm your host, E.B. Johnson, top writer on Medium.com, published author, and master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming. You've landed on the podcast that takes you on a journey into the heart of relationships and self-discovery. This is a must listen for those who are ready to overcome their toxic relationships and their toxic patterns. You can expect real talk, practical guidance, and raw and relatable guests that you'll be talking about for weeks. Let's get into it. Hello again, my lovelies. It is me, E.B. Johnson, your favorite Medium.com writer, your favorite TikTok coach, and your favorite podcaster. And I am back again this week with a very different episode. We're going to be doing things differently today. We're going to be doing things a lot differently today. And we're going to be doing that both for my peace of mind and for your peace of mind. And for the peace of mind of some readers and confusing followers who they've had enough of my crap. They've had enough of it. They don't like it. And they don't want me putting it out there. And they want to stop me and they want to silence me. So even more than for you and me, which this episode is absolutely about, this episode is for the haters, for all the haters who like to create multiple accounts and follow me and send me nasty emails and nasty messages about the work that I do. So this is for you. This is an open message to all the angry parents who have really been fired up about what I've been writing and putting out on TikTok lately. So if you're ready to hear that message, buckle up. Buttercup, because you know me, it's going to be a hell of a ride. Just before we get started, this is your big heads up to get yourself on my mailing list ASAP, which you can do by heading over to therealebjohnson.com and clicking that big orange button at the top of the page. Now, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to get yourself on my mailing list immediately? That would be because I'm going to be giving a huge Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. Huge. And it's not just on things like my books, which there will be 2 new books released this Black Friday and Cyber Monday. One is for toxic families, and the other one is a collection of my best advice. So it's Love and 50 Other Things, which is some of my best advice for relationships, family, work, career success, all of that good stuff. So if you want to get a huge, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of my coaching packages, if you want to get some free coaching sessions, if you want to join my all new group coaching program, which is going to be relaunching on Patreon, and get a huge discount on that, then you need to get on my mailing list now. There's already been a few emails that have come out, but that is where you are going to get access to all the deals, all the steals, and to some exclusive specials on coaching with me. So if you want to get that, head over to therealebjohnson.com and sign up for my mailing list, which you can do by clicking that big orange button at the top of the screen. You will get to download my free workbook as well, if you'd like, when you sign up for my mailing list. This is the Survivor's Workbook, and it is an excellent first resource for anyone who's just getting started on an emotional abuse recovery journey or a narcissistic abuse recovery journey. It's all about identifying your emotions, learning how to set boundaries, doing the hard work that's coming up ahead. So if you want to get all of that, again, head over to therealebjohnson.com and sign up for my mailing list today. Now, today's episode, it is going to be a little bit different, as I stated up at the top. This is not going to be a chat between you and me. This is not going to be one of those friendly little cuddle sessions where I introduce a topic to you, I kind of break it down, and then I give you advice on how to fix it, how to address it, how to improve it, how to, handle it in your life. That's not what today is about. Today, I am sending a very clear shot across the bow, as it were, to the angry parents who have decided that it is okay to harass me. Whether that is on Twitter or that is on TikTok or that is on Medium, whatever it is. I'm tired of hearing from you. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of seeing your stupid, nasty comments on Medium.com, which are completely devoid of A, both empathy, and B, critical thinking. So that is who this is for today. This is an open message. Now, if you are not one of those parents who has taken it upon themselves to create multiple social media accounts to send me multiple hateful messages across multiple platforms, then you can stick around too. You can still stick around because this is ultimately, it's aimed at them, but it's for you. because this message is not just about telling these parents where they can stick it. It is also very much about defending you, because everything I do, literally everything I do, and people get tired of it and they get angry at me because I'm uncomfortable. I hold up a mirror to them that they don't like, because I strive in my life not to be a hypocrite. I absolutely am, because every human is imperfect and we all screw up. But I strive. That's like one thing I'm really big about. I don't want to be a hypocrite, and I strive not to be. And unfortunately, because I strive not to be, I also hold that mirror up to other people, and they don't like it, and they get very, very angry about it. So that is what this is. If you are a victim of a toxic parent, I do this for you. I literally do this for you. Everything I do, in the back of my mind, I am always thinking, children first, children first. Why doesn't anyone put the children first? Whether that's an adult child who's been mentally and emotionally abused and physically abused and everything else their whole lives, or it's a literal, right now, under 18 child. Okay, this is also for you. And it is why I do this. And it's why I get so fired up about that. And, it's for my inner child too. So stick around if you want to hear that. If you want to hear my message in defense of you. Because what I'll be doing today is I'll be reading an article directly from medium.com. This is an open message that I posted on medium.com last week. And so far it's been a really positive response, which is a big change, because over the last couple of weeks, I've had open harassment from multiple parents, and the comments have been really nasty on medium.com, especially not since I kind of sent this out, but before then, any article I wrote about nasty parents, I was constantly getting, replies, gaslighting, and you're shameful. How could you say this? You're not a parent. Keep your mouth shut. I even had a parent that went so far as to create multiple social media accounts so that she could send me the same messages over and over again, which were along the lines of, don't you know what you're doing to families? You're so disgusting what you're doing to families. Don't you know what you're doing? Yeah, honey, I hope you're listening to this. Oh, I hope she's listening to this. I do know. I know exactly what I'm doing. I do it on purpose. And that's what this message is about today. So buckle in and buckle up. It's going to be a good one. Listen up. From medium.com. Don't you know what you're doing to families? Yeah, I do. By E.B. Johnson. Months ago, I released an article that empowered the adult children of abusive parents to both acknowledge and cut ties with those parents, if that's what they needed to do to heal. This article was nothing new to my blog, where I regularly talk about toxic parents and my own encounters with an abusive and narcissistic family. All the same, this article landed me in a swamp of parental vitriol. For weeks, I received nasty and arrogant comments. One reader even created Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram accounts so they could write nasty comments on my social media and send me direct rants that were as unhinged as their approach to harassment seemed to be. Don't you know what you're doing to families? This triggered mother wrote repeatedly. You're destroying families. You're disgusting. You deserve everything you got. You're ruining relationships. The truth is that I do know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing to families. Not just any families, though. Toxic families, abusive families, narcissistic families that are built on the foundations of keeping children small and inferior throughout the entirety of their lives. I know exactly what I'm doing. I do it on purpose. I get up every day and ask myself, what can I say to help someone escape today? And I'll keep doing it too. No matter how many toxic parents get mad at me and what lengths they go to in order to harass and to silence me. And why do I do that? Because at the end of the day, I have more empathy for their children than they do. I'm not protecting toxic families, and you shouldn't either. I figured out a long time ago that protecting an abusive family didn't pay. I sat on secrets for decades, pretending that the way I had been raised and treated throughout my life was totally normal and totally okay, but it was not. There's nothing okay about being made to feel fearful, ashamed, guilty, inferior, or otherwise hopeless around your family. No one should make you feel that way. Many parents are mad at me for saying that truth. Parents of specifically certain generations hate that I point out they're not entitled to a relationship with their child. And that's the truth. No person on this earth has to keep themselves attached to someone who hurts them, diminishes them, or otherwise makes their lives harder to live. But here's the bigger pain point, though. No one should champion abusive and toxic family relationships. No one should encourage another person to go into a toxic environment. Yet the family system remains one of the few places where abusive, narcissistic, and toxic behaviors are most encouraged. It is the only place in American society where you can tell someone that another person has inflicted literal brain damage on you, and they will look at you, shrug their shoulders, and say, but they're family. Before we can even understand what safety feels like, we are forced to swear oaths of fealty to parents who use us for image, for validation, and for an endless supply of love, which they are not willing to return in kind. It doesn't work. Breaking out of this mindset is the only way to free ourselves, and that's exactly what all my work is geared toward on this platform and every other platform that I'm on. Here's the fact of the matter. The abuse we suffer at the hands of our family literally damages our brains. You don't have to like that fact, but that is scientifically proven now. And if you want that proof, you can get on Google and you can find it on Google Scholar for yourself. Repeated mental and emotional abuse, to say nothing of physical and sexual abuse, damages multiple physical structures of the brain. It changes the way the brain functions, and it changes the brain's ability to recover and to heal itself. If the cost of being attached to your family is brain damage, the cost is too high. When you tell survivors of abusive families to suck it up and accept the way it is, it's not different from telling a car crash victim to get back in the car and to get back in the middle of the road. You are literally asking and telling these people to put themselves back in harm's way. And for what? The ego of parents. That's the only place advice like, but they're your family, can come from, because it has nothing to do with creating solutions. That advice has nothing to do with solving problems, and it certainly has nothing to do with forcing parents to be accountable or to be better than they are. Telling people to go back into their abusive families, to take it in full the way it is all about making terrible parents feel good about their failures. There's no empathy for the children in that. There's no prioritization of the child's needs in that, the innocent person in the situation. There's just more of the same. Give the toxic family a blank check to hurt you. Let them destroy you if that's what makes them feel good, because the child is worth less than the parent. Over and over and over. It doesn't have to be this way. Better futures come with hard choices and even more difficult actions. This is no way to live. Not in a family, not in an intimate relationship, not in a workplace, nowhere. No one should be given free rein to hurt another person. They should not get to shirk all accountability because of a physical or a blood relationship with someone. That's absolutely absurd. Where is the fairness in that? Where's the love? Better yet, where is the empathy in that? Oh, well, you're tied by blood to this person. You must accept their abuse. It's missing. The empathy is not there. The love is not there. Toxic families are not based on love. They have nothing to do with love. Nothing. They're based on control and validating people who can't create that validation for themselves in the outside world. It's pathetic. Changing that is going to come with changing all of our patterns when it comes to parents, when it comes to families, when it comes to why we have them, why we build them, why we bring children into this world. We're going to have to make some hard choices, and those choices are going to be followed by even more difficult action. Abusive families will end when we put an end to them, Negligent parents will stop getting total freedom to hurt their children when we put our feet down and stop entertaining their disgusting and immature behavior. At some point, we have to stop showing up for this kind of parental behavior. We have to stop showing up for it. We have to stop answering calls. We have to stop letting those toxic and abusive parents shame us. And we have to stop letting them make our lives more miserable for their presence in it. That's the only way we can heal. So to all the angry parents, that's why I speak up, because of all the damage you've done. That's why I teach people how to go no contact with you. That's why I teach them how to say no, which was your job. I teach them how to say no to the people who hurt them, aka you. Do I sound angry? Good. Because I teach your broken children how to be angry with the people who have spent their adult lives punishing them with that same anger for so long. And guess what, honey? Oh man, I hope she's listening. Guess what, honey? I do it intentionally, and I do it with pride. Do I know what I'm doing? What a ridiculous question. You bet I do. You bet I do. Who would do this unintentionally? Who would ride this roller coaster unintentionally? Reliving their trauma every day, dealing with nasty, negative, immature parents who still can't hold the mirror up for themselves because they're pathetic. I'm committing myself to a better future. On this platform, on Medium, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Vocal, I'm everywhere. I do all of that to make this world a better place. I am actively changing people's minds. I'm actively changing people's behaviors, and I'm actively changing the world around me. What are you doing, angry parent on the internet who demands more of the same brokenness? I am making the world a safer place for your grandchildren who are going to be born tomorrow. And I'm doing that by creating a new generation of educated parents, emotionally educated parents. Again, your job that you didn't do, who will not commit to the same torturous acts that you did. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? So, to all the angry, toxic parents in my comments, here and on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, keep it to yourselves. You had your time. You had it. You had years. You had decades. You had decades to apologize, to get it right, to fix it, to repair it, to help your child recover, to make yourself better, to make yourself feel better, mentally and emotionally. You wasted it. What you did with that time instead is you chose to stay nasty, to stay broken. And then in the process, you broke your children. And now myself, one of those children, and your actual children who listen to me every week, who get coached by me, who follow me on all these platforms and listen to me and show up in my comments saying, yeah, my parents didn't give me any medical treatment. I didn't get any medical treatment until I was 20 years old. My parents used to tell me what a piece of crap I was. I used to try to harm myself before I even knew what death was. All those children, yet they're with me now. And we're all going to spend the rest of our lives fixing ourselves and fixing everyone else around us because you didn't do your job. Toxic parents who have created me and created everything that I do here. Don't like it? You created this. Sit in that for a little bit. Sit in that for a little bit. If we, the children of you who have gone out into the world and ruined our lives with bad, toxic, horrible decisions, which we've totally made on our own, if we have to be accountable for those messes, which you remind us of all the time, then guess what? You have to be accountable for teaching us how to make them. Do what you told us to do. Take a good hard look in the mirror at yourself and see if you like what's actually looking back at you. You don't have to keep being angry. You don't. You don't have to keep pointing your immaturity at the people who are trying to help your children. You don't have to keep trying to punish me. I could help you too. If you would listen, you can be better. You can still be better and do better. Still. Instead of getting an angry comment thread prepped and ready to launch, you could get off the internet, get out of your own way, and start learning about emotional intelligence. Start being compassionate. Start being empathetic. Start seeing your children as equal adults, as autonomous human beings with their own minds, their own thoughts, their own desires, their own interests. Who knows? Who knows? Being non-abusive may just be a good fit for you. Being non-toxic might go well. Keeping your mouth shut and learning from people that you look down on because they're younger than you may just help you lead a better life. Who knows? All I do know, angry parents, is you better stay away from me, because I'm tired of it and I'm going to go scorched earth. So, back off, take a look at yourselves, and try again. Best of luck, EB. And that is it. That was my open message to all the toxic parents who keep harassing me that I published on medium.com a few days ago. What do you think? What do you think? I especially am interested to know what you think as a child or a survivor of a toxic or a narcissistic family. Did that resonate with you? Did that hit home? Because the biggest truth that you should take away from that is the future, right? That's the point here. This has nothing to do with me. I would prefer to go and just disappear up a hill and just like quietly ghost write books for somebody. Okay. That's not where I'm at. I'm standing here on the platform, shining a light for other people because I know what has happened to us as abused children, as neglected children, whatever the circumstance was. It was wrong. There was no excuse for it. There was no justification, period. And all of this pain that all of us are in, so much of that contributes to the quality of the world the way it is right now. So if we want to make our lives here, while we are here, more tolerable, more livable, more enjoyable, we're going to have to heal not just ourselves. We're going to have to help others do it too. And that's why I do this, because I don't want the rest of my life on this planet to be freaking miserable, surrounded by broken, miserable people. And that's what you need to take away from this. This is about future work. It's not about egos. And that's what the angry parents don't seem to understand. This is not about their egos. We are at crisis point, okay? It's got to stop. This generational trauma cannot continue. Our minds and our bodies are broken. We are literally giving birth to mentally, physically, emotionally broken children because of all this generational trauma that is damaging DNA, damaging our behaviors, and changing the way people are able to parent and create families. It can't go on. It cannot go on. And that is why I do the work that I do. It's got to stop somewhere. Parenting has to change so that humanity can change. And that is what this is about. So if you're angry at what I do, step out of your ego for a second, take a look at the bigger picture, and then question if you're still angry about it. To everyone else, you need to know that I do this fight for you. Because it's not fun to do. It's not fun to be publicly doing this work. I do it because it's right and because it helps people. And that's all you need to know. So, thank you for listening to this episode. I know it was intense. I know it was different, but it was a message that needed to be delivered. I'm so grateful to all of you who listen. There's been so many kind words of support. I very much appreciate it. I appreciate it on TikTok. I appreciate it on medium.com. I appreciate it for my clients. You've all been amazing. So thank you. If you loved this episode, leave a 5-star review on applepodcast.com. If you take a screenshot of that and send it to me, admin@therealebjohnson.com, I will send you a free ebook from my shop. So what's better than free? I don't know, not being harassed by parents maybe, but free is still pretty good. So if you want a free ebook, put that review up on Apple Podcasts, send a screenshot to me at admin@therealebjohnson.com, and you'll get a free ebook. It really is that simple. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you got something good out of this episode because it was an intense one. It was an intense one. So thank you. Until next time, keep following me, medium.com, and on TikTok and on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram if you want as well. I'll see you next week. Until then, keep your heads up. Keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.